I know you're gonna dig this.
Good evening, and you have Stephanie Thornton from the Funk Music Hall of Fame and Exhibition Center on the one. Good evening. We have a special treat. Tommy Davidson.
In the house.
I'm in the house.
I'm basically. You love funk.
Yeah, I'm basically sitting at the feet of some masters, man. And I'm from Washington D.C. and you know, as my entertainment seed blossomed, these guys, man, they led the way for me. And I used to read album covers. I used to read, where's Dayton, Ohio? Where's Cincinnati? Where's this place at Lakeside and Slave and Sun and Steve Arrington and Aura and the Ohio Players and all these people coming out of here, man. Yeah, Dad. I mean, yeah. And so I'm like, where is this place? And you know, I just got really blessed because over the years I just started meeting them. Yeah. And I never met Steve. I never met Steve until now. And all of their music means something to me. All of it.
All of it means something
all
to you?
Of it means
Just
something.
Tell me, because I'm one of the children of the funk too. I was here, hey, listen to you, walk down the street, Steve Arrington, Zapp, in Lakeside. All right, tell us a little bit about what it means. Just grace these gentlemen, let them know.
Well, with Zapp, you never heard a sound like that.
Right.
You don't know the whole story. It's a family group. They stuck together for years. You know, they gave us a different sound. They took us into the I would say computer sound.
Absolutely.
They took elements of funk and syncopation.
Yes.
And put that and synthesize that in sort of a regimented sound.
Absolutely.
So like even with more bounce in the drum machines and the stuff that they were doing with the drums.
Right.
You know, See, that's different than what George was doing.
Absolutely.
See, George was doing how to it's a different thing. But what Zapp was able to do was they were able to take that and syncopate that. So when you hear, you know, so there's a certain crispness to it, like a computer. Right. Computer, you know, so it started.
Y'all didn't know, you know now.
Absolutely, and I feel that. And when you said that was prophetic in itself, because today, that's how the Dayton game goes. Computer love, and Zapp brought that to us.
It was that time period, and earlier Slave.
Yes.
You know, was a sort of a funk rock kind of a fusion, but some dirty, muddy kind of grooves. You know, like when it first started with a Slide. You know, and that was a whole different kind of a house party, kind of a young funk.
Right.
You know, so you look at the young cats now, Drake and those guys. You look at the Drake and them back then. Those boys were like 18, 19 years old. Recording, not samples. We're playing. Playing instruments and doing tracks.
Hands on. Right.
Hands on. Right. So you have something like Slide that changed music.
Hey, that get down. That real get down. When kids dance. Made up their own steps, right?
Slide.
Come baby, baby. Good.
Why don't you slide? So it was a whole different kind of groove, but they were also instrumentalists. So you had stuff like Volcano Rubber.
Hey.
And then they started moving their music started to metamorphosize into more melodic stuff, you know, and Steve came in, you know, and so this whole touch of love thing, just a touch of love, a little bit, just a touch
of love, absolutely,
is my mind, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it started bringing a whole nother thing, which was an outgrowth into the whole solo movements, which he led. Steve led the solo funk kind of movements of the younger cats that were doing solo albums. So him, D-Train, they just started saying we're gonna do our own sound. Absolutely. You know, out of it. So, you know, weak in your knees.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man. What was ambitious about Slave, also Lakeside and other groups, they always were able to diversify with as time went on. You know, so you get hit after hit, but the hits would touch on something new.
Absolutely.
You know, whereas you can hear songs now, and it's sort of like you can hear the same elements. You know what's going to really happen. They wrote so well that it was unpredictable. Yeah. So you would go from like a touch of love to Watching You, which became like a big urban hit. Bang, bang.
That's my favorite. Come on, watch out now.
Walking
you.
That's right.
What you're speaking of is what I feel in my soul about funk music. It has an evolution to it.
Yeah, it has an evolution.
And I hope that you're at some point, I hope you have this in your mind that you can write about it because you're so eloquent with its expression.
I got movies for it.
Well, movies is good. Movies are good. I like movies.
Coming, I ain't even gonna say.
You ain't y'all.
You know, but you have these things. You have these groups that were not only good musicians, good writers,
absolutely,
and great performers, but also toured, sold albums,
absolutely,
sold millions of albums. Okay, and we're professional people that went from one time period and arced all the way through years and years of work. Yes.
Absolutely.
So and defined stuff. You know, they define sound.
So even if you don't write a book, then perhaps I could write a book about you and your experience of
there's defined sounds.
Right.
You know, like, you know, with more bounce, you're not gonna hear that again.
No.
My little bounce. My little voice. Not even in your voice. Not a little bounce. You want to get stick. That's a borrow from James's thing.
Crazy.
That's a borrow from James's whole with the one. Everything on the one.
On the one.
Keep it on the one,
and
baby.
modernized it. And when we talk about Lakeside,
yes,
you're talking about an expansion of songwriting, vocalists, and players. The big bands.
Absolutely.
The big bands, not big bands, horns and brass. Big rhythm sections that paid attention to detail. So they can have a song like a hit, like Fantastic Voyage, which was a first funk rap, really.
I don't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people weren't putting no rap on no funk.
See, you.
Because that's right at the time when Sugar Hill Gang came out.
You.
So everybody's going, you know, to the hip hop, the hip, and they said back in Ohio, I said, okay, well, here, come on, take the rap.
Party over here, there ain't no die.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but then, the good thing about it was they can slide off of that. And you know, even now it would seem that you have almost everything, all but love.
Come on,
That's right. You see?
Yes.
So, and the whole Solar movement was led by their group.
That's right.
You know, Dick Griffey came along, and that was a whole movement.
Oh, no.
Roger came along, that was a whole movement. Castilian. What was it? Castilian came along, and that was a whole movement. You know, so, you know, where they call it a group. A group is different elements brought into one.
Absolutely.
So it was a group.
Synergy.
There was Sun and you know, players and
Phazo.
you know, and Faye. Yeah, we can't forget about Phazo.
Absolutely.
I'm riding high. I'm riding high on the highway. I'm riding high. No one can see my
We need to do an album.
You are an instrument unto
Can't
yourself.
free my mind. Won't you take you home to love high? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you're looking at a man who formed into an artist through these individuals, man, and those groups. I formed into an artist from these groups. I go so far back, you know. I remember I couldn't afford the Honey album, so my mother, I would convince the lady over the courtyard that we lived in. I would convince her to put the speaker out in the window, so she played the Honey album for me during the summer.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I think Fire came. I think that album came next. Whatever album came next. Contradiction came next.
Yeah.
But I ain't want Contradiction.
You don't want contradiction.
Yeah, I want Honey because I ain't have it at home. So I got Honey for Christmas, and albums for me weren't just, and I'm sure for them, albums for me weren't just like an album. Albums were an opportunity for me to learn something new,
Experience, for sure.
to see what artists were doing, to check out what instruments were used on what and who played what. Like I knew their names before I met them. Like when I met them, I knew their names before I met them.
Yeah.
From them damn albums. You know, now you go to YouTube or go to wherever you can get your music. You can just get the music, but you don't get what's behind it. So you can't take anything away from it but the song, but you don't take away the experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gentlemen, would you like to say anything about
I
this?
just want to say
Please
that,
do.
You know, it's in the water.
It's in the water.
It's in the water. No, but seriously, you know, Dayton as a whole, and we'll just say the tri-state area, people don't realize for the amount of people that we have here, the success, I'm talking about recording artists,
We ain't going outside Dayton.
okay, that is in this little area. In this little area, the tri-state. If you just go from Cleveland, go down Columbus, Dayton and Cincinnati, it's like, wow.
I know. George,
A lot of heat, man.
It's like, wow.
a lot of heat.
You know?
Oh, well, I just want to say thank you, you know. Thank you. And, you know, it was such a blessing to be here to see Tommy, you know. I just paid my money, you know, I stole some money from somewhere and paid it, you know. And saw the
They
show.
working a lot. They got money.
Trying to bring income.
You gotta see their butt.
And, you know, here comes David Webb and the whole thing. You know, he's having us do another free interview for the last 5 minutes or whatever. But
He wouldn't stop bothering me. We're gonna get it done.
Exactly.
But yes, you know,
I love
it's
it.
just a blessing to be here. You know,
I love it.
the funk is beautiful.
real.
You know,
It's real.
I'm having goosebumps just being in here with Tommy Davidson. You know,
Yeah.
Thank you, man. And I waited on him, so
Yes.
go ahead.
That's
I waited on him. I called
Steve
him
Arrington.
3 years ago. Was it 3 or 4 years ago or
It's
something?
about 5 years ago.
5 years ago, we had a conversation. I finally got his number from somebody and called him.
Yeah.
He's out the blue. And I said, I'm going to be there one day. And I'm going to call you when I get there. And I did. So,
No, today.
Tommy got everybody's number.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. This is my first comedy show, period. And Tommy killed it.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, what an introduction. And to see my brothers here, we haven't seen each other, we hadn't been together.
talk about that,
For
please.
many years. Well, you know, we've been doing this all the way going back to
L.A., remember?
LA, but then, you know, talent shows and Battle of the Bands and all that kind of stuff. And I remember times
like
when
Show wagon.
Oh,
Anybody
yeah.
see great show wagon?
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. I mean, it was like that.
Oh,
but, you
it
know,
was
these
crazy.
guys, they way older than me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's right. You know.
Yeah,
He's
the
right.
Dayton movement for me is like everybody's different. That's what's so unique about it. All the innovation, all the bands were totally different. You know, Minneapolis, they got a great sound. The Minneapolis sound, Prince has been such an influence on it. You know, Motown, more songwriter-driven sound. Memphis, you know, same sort of kind of deal. But Dayton, it's like boom, all these bands
Something
coming
else,
out,
man.
Not
and
doing the
nobody
same, you
sounds
know what I
any-
mean? Everybody had their own
Yeah,
personality.
absolutely.
You know, and kept it on.
Right. And for me, I'm just honored to be a part of it, to say, yo, I've been a part of the Dayton movement, man. Because as time goes by, they're gonna look at us and go, man, they was crazy up in Dayton. Matter of fact, they need to do that right now.
Right now. Well, you know, I want to say this. That's why I'm so proud and honored to be a part of the Funk Music Exhibition Center. And I just want to thank David Webb for keeping the funk alive.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
the brother has energy galore, okay? And see, I'm going to say this, he's going to get embarrassed because he would never say this, but he was using it on money in the beginning.
That's it ain't gonna
When
happen
he come
without
out
it.
to my house, he's using his own money. You're
Yeah.
not hearing me. See, he put his money where his mouth was. You know, and in the beginning, there was a big fight over who's going to do what, when, and where. We won't get into particulars, okay? But he's still standing tall. So I just want to thank David. I haven't said this to him in a while. I want to thank him. We ain't always saw eye to eye, okay? But I just want to thank you, David.
Who do?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Again, I would love to thank you, Thomas Shelby, you, Terry, Zapp, Troutman, you, Steve Arrington, and especially you, Tommy Davidson,
I'm here with y'all,
Mr.
man.
Evolutionary.
I'm here with them.
He's here with them.
Yeah,
So
I'm here with
much.
them.
Hey, before we go,
This is our, because he got to work, y'all.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Hey!
Before you go, how would Sammy Davis Jr. talk about the funk?
How would he say the funk?
Well, for one thing, he do it with one eye. And, you know, like Arrington here. You know, if he saw a fine lady, you know, he saw something like la 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 whoa, la 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 whoa, la 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 whoa, whoa, yeah.
Come on, Sammy.
Probably say something like that.
How would Zapp say it?
boy.
Zapp would probably go, digital love, beautiful love, digital love, beautiful love,
Come on, bro.
Come on.
beautiful love, beautiful love, digital, beautiful love.
Come on. What would Lakeside do?
Well, I'm not done with that. Yeah, making beautiful love. And that's about it because my eye to pop out.
Come on, bro.
And for Lakeside, that would actually be simple, you know, because it would be like, hey, come along, take a ride. There's a party going on in there. Ain't no jive. They go la, da 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 da, boing boing boing, da 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 boing boing, shakoo.
It's crazy. Big ups, man.
Entertainer.
Thank you, boy.
Entertainer
Love you guys.
extraordinary.
Thank you. I thank them. And thank you, man.
Before we
Thanks
leave,
for the
Cynthia,
interview.
take a picture. I want to take
Here,
a
ready,
picture.
we're
Honor
take care
and
of it.
privilege right here.
Come on, man. Come on.
I
I called
need to
Fred.
have this.
We were talking to
Well,
Fred on the phone.
Yes, little Fred.
Yeah, man.
That's my boy. That's my guy.
Thanks
Hey,
again,
Tommy, we
gentlemen.
can talk about him, but we won't.
Well, we
Good
won't.
night.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, man, yes,
We got it done. Didn't I promise you, man?
Yes, you did.
Isn't this better?
Yes, I love
Gotta
it.
go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I love
For
it.
sure, man.
Told you this would be better. I
And
got them all
you see,
here.
that light's not in the way.
You got Kenny's number, right?
Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
You know what I do?
Stand up.
Love you, boy.
Stand up.
Come on, man.
Please.
One thing not to
This is
forget,
history
man,
right here.
Yes.
is that there's a lot of people that were involved with them that are not here anymore.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, and we're blessed to be here to be
Yeah,
able to represent
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you get it? Get one with me and Tommy real quick. But y'all can get in there. I'll just cut y'all out.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm good, man. Thank you. Thank y'all so
Hey, boy.
let me in.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Brother Davis.
Love you, Steve.
Love
got
you,
my
man.
shit.
Love you,
Doing
man.
more.
No
Go to
doubt.
the studio.
No doubt.
All right.
Gotta do that.
I want to know what you're thinking these days musically. All right.
All right, that's a deal.
Don't you stop.
Come on, Michelle.
Thank you.